Well, what's the crack? You're all very welcome to Buckshot, number 126, with your host, Tom O'Mahony. What's the fucking crack, everybody? We're a little on the late side, but look at, you know yourselves, anybody who follows me on Instagram knows that I'm up to me tits. Gigging all over the weekend, all up and down the fucking road. I'll take, I might have to switch Patreon to just Tire and Diesel. Vouchers. My thanks. Speaking of which, my thanks to the Patreons. Big shout out to Big Mike over there in Germany, slinging me over a big old fucking lump just to say thanks. Good on you, Mike. Sound out. Yeah, obviously this will be going out a little earlier to the Patreons. If you haven't heard of Patreons, your first time listening to this or any podcast under the fucking sun, Patreon is essentially a way that you can contribute to today's show because they're obviously for free and all the rest. And as a little thank you, you tend to get them a bit earlier and whatnot. And the Ramble Pods on Tuesday, you get the video footage of them and you get the back catalogue of the Tom and Jerry show. There's 18 episodes in there for you to fucking wrap your fucking ditties around. Thank you very, very much. Anyway, the gigs savage. I'll talk about them on the Ramble Pod on Tuesday. And I know today's Sunday, the 13th of October, 2019. Jesus. Gigs coming up this weekend. This week, I should say, Wednesday, I'm in Lavery's in Belfast, back at the old haunt, back doing some stand-up so I can curse and swear at people and say disgraceful fucking things. Then the following night, I will be in the Marketplace Theatre in Armagh with Defending the Caveman, the one-man play that I'm doing at the minute. That is absolutely fucking ripping the roof off places, lads. I don't give a fuck if that sounds cocky, but it is absolutely destroying. I'm fucking delighted. So, get your tits along to that. It's going to be fucking savage. Saturday night, I'm in the Theatre Royal in Waterford, and Sunday night, I'm in the Watergate Theatre in Kilkenny. I'll put the link in the description to defendingthecaveman.ie. Have a fucking gander at it. If I'm coming to a town near you this side of Christmas, go fucking see it. It's a fucking banger. It really is fucking going tasty. Also, people were sending me on cooking pics after doing a couple of lads followed the old fucking recipe for the ribs. Delighted with themselves they were. Also, the chicken wings as well. Good fucking on you. So if you are cooking, you do try out. If you wonder what I'm talking about, go back to the last two Ramble Pods, and I explained the best way of doing fucking ribs and the best way of doing chicken wings, and not be fucking around with it. So do feel free to send them on. Delighted to hear. If you have any tips yourself, fucking send them along. Just that's how this whole thing works, lads. That's how it works. So yeah, if it's your first time listening, hit subscribe. It's out twice weekly, typically. I normally have a guest on Buckshot and then on Ramble Pod. It's exactly as it sounds. It's me just running my fucking yap, just talking shite and having the fucking crack, just in a room by myself. There you are. So, my guest this week is the mighty, great and powerful Owen Colgan. He's coming back. This is a return, and I think we're going to be doing more stuff together. We were chatting over the weekend, and we'll be emailing now during the week. We're going to be coming up with some fun stuff. We met. This is in two parts. We met on Wednesday, we met again, and we spoke then on Thursday. Or was it Friday? I can't remember. And basically, Owen had to run out. We were to record first thing in the morning in theatre space, an artist space just up the road from his house. And he got an ad offer from Paddy Power. Said, get out the fucking door, come do this ad. You can't argue with that, you got to take them dollars. So we got about 15-20 minutes of that in, and then we got about another hit ahead again on the next one. We did it on Skype. I know I said I'd never do a Skype one, and the reason being is because I don't know what I'm fucking doing. Apparently you can download a conversation from Skype. They're all Skype is saying I can't find the three little dots that they're talking about where you can find the fucking file. So I did record it, and I apologise. The sound is not good, lads. It's not fucking hectic. So that won't be happening again in a hurry, I can tell you. It's good crack because Owen is good fucking crack. He's an absolute lunatic, and you'll get the vibe of where we're going with a few things that we're definitely going to be, yeah, my brain is popping because he's a mad bastard. He thinks the same sort of crazy shit that I do. So we will be collaborating in the next couple of weeks, and we'll be doing some fun stuff. But we will be doing a different vibe of a podcast. There won't be questions and stuff like that back and forth, or just a conversation. We have some fun ideas for ye people, so you can get a good old fucking vibe of what's going on. So, if you haven't heard of Owen Colgan, you must be under a fucking rock or from another country. Owen Colgan he was one part of the stars of the show Hardy Bucks, which is on Netflix now, so go binge on the whole thing if you haven't seen it, and he's Buzz, essentially, in it. And follow him on Instagram, Owen Colgan Fitness. Like he needs anything more than the 70,000 followers that he already has and all the rest of it, but he's pure gold. He's just pure gold. You won't be sorry you followed him. He's just continuously fucking funny. And you'll know him from the Paddy Powerheads. He's slagging off fucking Simon Zebo and whatnot and all the rest of them. So, without further ado, again, in the first place, it was a bit on the echoey side. It was a big old room. It was just slapdash the way we got it together, and then we did it with the fucking Skype the next day, and it just didn't come out right. The one mic didn't record, so I've done it off both blokes are on one mic, and I was able to split it up some bit way and raise it up the sound. It's not my proudest work, albeit a great episode with Owen. But yeah, sound wise, the next one will be far fucking better than this. So, but you will enjoy it, of course, because it's Owen fucking Colgan. Right, without further ado, sit back, strap in, and enjoy Owen Colgan. There we are, she's off recording.
Beautiful stuff.
What's the crack, Owen?
Not too bad now. Tom, how are you?
I'm very good.
I like this. This is a nice setup.
Isn't it?
Yeah, it's very cozy.
With mics and everything. Where are we? I'd never heard of this place. Is it an artist space or what is it?
It is. It's a creative collective, as they say.
It sounds so wanky, doesn't it?
It is. That's because it is. It's
you just all come in there flat out wanky.
No, well, I mean, no, it's wanky the name, but everyone in here is very sound. It's A4 Sounds, and people just come in here and they work on different projects that they have going.
And who funds it?
I actually don't know, but I know that there's two people that run the place, but and then you can just come in and get a membership for, I think it's like 75 a month. And it's like you get to use all the different spaces.
That's savage.
Very good value, especially for Dublin City. So,
yeah.
It's a great luxury to be able to have all the different rooms to go into, because there's a library room upstairs. There's there's different rooms broken off to different things. If you wanted a really quiet room, or you wanted to work around other people, or
could you book office space now in the morning? So
you can book this space. You can book the space, for a few days a week, or you can show plays, or they have little sort of exhibitions.
Fuck,
it's very good.
There should be more of that shit around the fucking place.
Should be, yeah. But the thing is, it doesn't suit the money man, because
we're sitting in a place that what would be about 4 apartments.
Yeah.
And they'd all go for about $1 million each.
Exactly, yeah. And you'd be paying 19 grand a week to stay there.
You're living in the city.
I only live 10 minutes over the road.
Oh man, how do you do it?
I don't know, because I'm from the farm.
You're as country as I am.
Exactly.
You're one of the few fellas who's as country as I am.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, if you cut me, we stink of turf. But it's awful tight up here.
It gets on top of you, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. It makes you feel like there's something on your chest.
Yeah. I'm not joking. I always thought it was just a genetic temper problem that I had.
Yeah.
And as soon as I moved back out to sticks, I still a bit sour.
Still flip out once a week.
Yeah, but that's that's natural. Don't be fucking cramming that shit in.
Of course, yeah.
I haven't half the temper.
Yeah.
This morning coming in, I was chewing the fucking steering wheel.
Yeah.
I'm a fully grown man. I shouldn't be that freaked out.
I just often walk around the city, Tom, and I have arguments with people in my head, going, "What would I do to that cunt?" I kick the shit into. Oh no! Everyone's getting it. Grannies are getting it in my mind though. And then if they say hello to me, then I'm like, "How are you doing?"
Oh yeah.
But, yeah, it's just. I keep thinking to myself, I don't know, are humans all meant to be living in cities?
That's exactly what I'm thinking.
I think
we should do a study on it.
Definitely, yeah.
And put a humorous twist on it, because I don't think they're meant to be.
No.
Some people are fine to be like you see these programs where it's all about the street food.
Yeah.
And it's only because their houses are so fucking small they can't even cook.
Yeah, exactly. They have to
cook
in the street.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
What I mean,
Do you ever see that video where there's a train going through a town and it's like they have to take over, pull in the food as well?
Pull in the food stalls. Yeah.
That's that's not the way we're meant to be eating, is it?
I can't imagine we've evolved that fast.
No.
Do you know? Because you meet, you have the city cousins or whatever.
Yeah.
You come down and you have a meltdown because, oh fuck's sake, there isn't a noise of traffic continuously there. But you're kind of going, I bet you after about a week
you'd get into it.
You'd fucking get into it.
Yeah.
Like, how long are you living in the city?
I'm living here about 4 years now.
Yeah. Still hasn't fully fucking sunk in.
Well, the last year I've been stressed. I've been kind of walking around, as I said, and I'm kind of I'd love to get out of this place. But then if I go to Mayo, I wouldn't get much work there.
No, that's the thing. I've found the best of both worlds. I'm just outside the city.
Lovely.
And when I look out the window, it's just a field and trees.
That's all you need to just kind of...
this morning I went out the back door with a cup of tea at 7 o'clock this morning.
Nice.
No shirt on at all.
Just the chest out.
Just chest out. And no fear that any cunt, I was going to have to say hello to any cunt.
Yeah.
Or make excuses or dress myself because some children would see, and then I'd be on a register.
That's great.
Do you know?
In the countryside, it's hours before you say hello to people, but here it's like you've got to be ready straight away.
Yeah.
Someone will be in your
I
fucking
don't think
home.
we're naturally meant to be that sound.
No.
Do you know, I'm not saying to sound, but just naturally be on.
You can't be on all the time, yeah. It's tiring.
Fucking hell.
But there's something about the city, people get addicted to it too. You know, it's nice, the buzz of the place, and it's nice to know that like every night there's something's going on in the city.
I do. There are still times I get the odd old pang where I'm like, fucking night out in town now, it'd be fucking nice.
Yeah.
But then I do a night out in town, and I go, oh yeah.
That's why I don't like it. Yeah.
Like I went into a pub accident. I didn't fall in accidentally, but I didn't realise it was such an IRA pub.
Right.
Quite close to us there recently.
Here, just up the road here?
No, out the country near
Okay,
us.
yeah.
I went in and there was lads singing fucking songs I'd never even heard. They were specific to fellas who had died with planting bombs and stuff. And I was like, okay, this is fucking bizarre, but this is a good night out.
The more detailed the song is about the IRA, the quicker you should get out of there.
Yeah, no, it's exactly like they had it down to your man's shoe size and everything.
There's a few of those around the street that I live on. There's a pub that's just painted the tricolours. And I'm even scared to look into the pub, never mind go in there. When I'm walking by, like someone's out smoking, I'll kind of try to time it so that when they're going in, the door is open for a second. I'll have a quick look in, but lads are always looking out at me. Like, they look out at anyone that walks by.
Yeah, of course they are.
It's fucking, you'd be wary enough going by there.
Before you know it, you're recruited, and the next thing you are...
You're in a balaclava.
You're speaking in Irish and you got a balaclava.
Exactly, yeah. Good way to learn Irish, I suppose, you know.
Do you know what? We never did the last time. We'll put this together. So as you're hearing this bit now, I've teed it up already, and we will be doing finish it off by Skype and all the rest. But I don't know how or why. I think it was a working environment that I was in or something. But the Hardy Bucks kind of passed me by.
Right.
Television in that whole period for some reason passed me by. I don't know. Did I not own a telly or something?
Yeah. Well, there's plenty of years where like lots of us didn't bother having TVs.
I didn't have a telly for a long time.
Yeah.
Like, it was just a single bloke. Sure, I didn't.
Yeah, we started off on YouTube, and then when we got onto TV, I barely watched any of the TV episodes. Like, people would be telling me stuff from the episodes, and I'd be like, I haven't seen it, to be honest. Because in my mind, when we shoot something, that's the best time. And I want to keep that memory as opposed to... Sometimes when you edit stuff, you can over-edit it, you know?
Because there's nothing fucking worse when you don't realise, fuck, they took out the funny bit.
Yeah, and they left in the boring bit where you were like, you just did it for the sake of doing it, but then you said, do the next one, and then you had more energy the next one.
Yeah. There was a great bit, but I then binged on the whole thing on Netflix because now I'm of that age now where if there's something on, I will just watch it entirely. But there was a fucking moment, and it was so nondescript that it made me fucking howl because it just spoke. I don't know. This is getting all wanky now because we're in an artist environment. But it fucking...
Collective, Tom.
Excuse me, collective. We are a collective as two, I suppose. We are.
True, yeah.
But it was just the opening of a scene, and it was outside Buzz's house, and you were just... you're sitting out the window of a car going backwards. The car just reversed.
Yeah.
You jumped out. Look, no, there was no acknowledgement of the fact that you were going in the reverse.
Yeah.
It was as if a fella dropped you off the back of his bicycle, and then the car continued to go in reverse, and you just strolled on past camera, and I went, why do I love that moment so much?
Yeah.
I didn't understand it. It was like...
I think it's because it shows that they know the road so well.
Yeah, is that it?
Yeah, they know the road so well. They've done that so many times that they're not even flinching. It's not even cool anymore. It's just like, this is what we do.
That's it. It's not even cool anymore. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it was shit we used to do like that. Like,
Yeah.
sure, I mean, lads could be steamboats driving up the fucking road, sure. Like,
doing laps of the town.
Yeah.
Does that still happen in your town?
Oh, it does, yeah.
Yeah.
But sure, even I was telling you about, I was in Virginia the other evening, but now there was fuck all laps going on because it was the Dublin traffic was passing through. But I was telling you, I got shouted at by that class sheep.
Yeah.
And then your man lifted the fucking yoke with the forklift. Fucking... Hey, put away those fucking phones.
Cavan people are definitely old school Irish people.
Oh, I lived in Cavan for 6 months.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
What town?
Yeah. Cavan town.
Okay, right.
I was working between 3 building sites. I was working in one in Cavan, one in Enniskillen, and one in Longford.
The Pyramid of Justice.
I'd never even heard of... I barely had heard of Cavan when they told me, Tom, we're moving you to Cavan for at least 6 to 9 months.
Right, okay.
And it just plopped me up there. This following Monday, I was in Cavan.
Who was moving you?
I was just working for a construction company.
Oh, I got you. I thought you've got some like guide in your life. It's like, Tom, you need to move.
But yeah, but it was in Burr the following night. I parked down the town because I had plenty of time walking up to the theatre, and I kind of wanted to park down the town. Not that it's stand up, so I'm not really going to be able to give a vibe.
Yeah.
But I wanted to see, and I swear to God, at least the same 4 or 5 lads, either to Civics or like 3 Series coupe fucking Beamers,
Yeah.
all with the hoods up.
Yeah.
Smell of ganj, bad ganj too.
Yeah,
Not
right,
even good weed.
Gone off ganj.
Gone off hash.
From the first Celtic Tiger.
Hash. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they all. Yeah. That's the sound, like their car is sneezing.
Yeah. Yeah, or like it's haunted by some fucking car ghost or something.
That's the dump valve. It's actually a car ghost.
Exactly, yeah.
But yeah, they were just doing laps of the town. And fuck it, it was. It shocked me. I was like, that shit still goes on.
Yeah.
And not a bird among them.
Right, yeah. They've all fucked off.
Yeah, all the lads just, and it felt sad.
Yeah.
Because there was melancholy in the Hardy Bucks, isn't it? Because there was hardly a woman among them. Like.
Well, yeah, and a lot of that was from like real life situations where we're like, there's no women around here that like us anyways. So we were kind of just representing what we felt inside us, because there was plenty of years there where we used to, as daft as this sounds, we used to go over to a gym over the road we weren't working at the time, we were on the dole. We'd all go to the gym and then like we'd all head off into our own houses and probably just wank ourselves into the evening and then watch a movie, because that's like, there was nothing for doing, like all the women had gone.
That's so sad.
I know, yeah. And
that is one of the saddest things I've ever heard in my life.
I know.
The fact that that's real.
Yeah, but then the next day then you'd meet up, you'd be like, yeah, I'm trying to stay away from myself now. And that actually wasn't ironic that we were saying it. We were genuinely trying to beat the curse of the fucking the Pied Piper, you know. And I tell you, Tom, I'm 35 now and I still haven't beaten it. Nah, just the odd time. But you know yourself, when you're lonely and you're bored. And
oh man, I remember going I had a job, but it was in Cavan. I remember going a full Friday evening to Monday morning without speaking to another soul.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I had a bit of work to be done, and I hadn't TV connection, but I had a telly, so I had DVDs. Sure, Jesus Christ, you have the fucking iron pulled off yourself, like, for fuck's sake.
Oh yeah. Just in the house.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Just in the house, just not.
It's boredom. That's what catches you. You know, I have this number one rule, Tom, is never be in the house alone with the phone. Or the TV or the laptop, you know.
Yeah, or any.
Just don't be ever alone. That's the trick.
Is that why you're in the city?
Exactly. Yeah. I have to be around people, and even then, you might catch me in a field somewhere.
I lived for a while out there. Yeah, because you have to hit the road. You're big time in it in a minute.
Yeah.
I used to live out the country in Kildare / almost Offaly, and the amount of outlads that were like 55 and 65-year-old Hardy Bucks.
Yeah, real life Hardy Bucks.
Real life Hardy Bucks, because nothing had happened for them, because life had passed them by for a handful of reasons, whether there was no women, there was very few women around anyway, but as well as that, because the women had gone to the cities to become nurses and shit, and these fellas then were left behind to take over the 50-acre farm that wouldn't pay you.
Yeah, of course.
Do you know, so you never generated enough income to get the fuck away from it.
Exactly, yeah. You were chained into the farm nearly, like.
Yeah, so you're just meeting these outlads who are fucking sad as fuck.
Yeah. You could transform a town if you dropped, like, you know, if you invited some ladies into it, like, you know, because there's lots of towns where it seems like the ratio is off.
Yeah.
You know,
no, totally is. Because I think, I don't know, was there less women born or whatever, but there does seem to be.
That's my excuse anyway.
Well, what's the deal with you not pulling any women? Fucking just not enough of them.
They're less born.
There's less of them born. I do quickly, before I'm going to let you go, because we'll pick this up again, but I do need to touch base, because I was actually going to message her. The fucking thing about Samantha Mumba last week fucking gave me a pain in my chest.
Oh, really?
I was laughing so fucking hard.
The picture. I have this idea for that whole thing.
For anybody who's just a quick little summation there of what this post was on Instagram, Mohan.
I was kind of like a unicorn, and I had a mullet. I was the head. My head was the head of a horse, and then on my back was Samantha Mumba, and we're riding through space. And it was going to be a story about the year 2080, where like the world has been taken over by different people. Like there's a planet full of Joe Rogan enthusiasts, and then there's
we're almost at peak Rogan right now. Anyway,
exactly, yeah. You can't get any bigger. He's become a demigod, so he has. And then I was going to just do like a bit of a story to that. So that's why I stuck up that post. I wanted to see how it would go down, and then I might try and develop it a bit more.
Should get Samantha on board.
Yeah.
She's some crack.
I've never met her, but she seems like a nice person.
If you go back to I think it's about episode 55, 60.
You had her on this?
Yeah, we worked together for a month.
Oh, no way. Oh,
Panto,
you did the Panto, that's right, yeah.
So she's she's one of, humour-wise, she's one of her own.
Right,
she's a mad fucker, like.
Yeah.
And nothing's off the cards when it
Great.
comes to
That's
filthy
nice to
humour.
have that. I like that.
Oh no, she's gas woman.
No filter.
And she no filter, especially when she's home in when she's home in Ireland for a bit, because as she says herself, she just indoctrinates herself into LA life where you can't be cracking jokes.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
You can be having the gas, but they ain't jokes. Like.
Yeah.
Because they'll be looking at you funny.
That's not their style over there. It's more like the sell.
But this is it, and it's you're working on yourself, and it's very self-involved. Rather than we throw out humour to go, give me back something. Whereas
exactly.
they're like, it's all internalizing, vocalizing. They're internalizing, like so.
Very, very true. Yeah. Which one do you think is healthier? Which mindset or which lifestyle?
Oh, it has to be the former. It has to be throwing it out.
Yeah.
Because if all you're doing is regurgitating the tank and letting it dribble out the fucking sides, hoping people are going to go feel sorry for you.
Yeah.
Fuck no.
That's not going to wash either. Yeah.
No, I think you've got to be turfing the stuff out. Like otherwise, you'll end up fucking.
Did you ever think about going over there?
Yeah, I went over there. I did the J1.
You'd be very refreshing for those over there.
Yeah, I don't know how I'd fucking. It's come up a few times about doing stand up over there.
Oh man, you should definitely do it.
And it's just quite literally fucking finding the time.
Yeah.
Like, just have a brand new fucking child.
Oh, congratulations
on
that.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. How do you feel about that? You're a father for the first time?
First time, yeah.
Oh,
he's 5 weeks old. Yeah.
How's that going?
It's class. It's fucking mad because everybody, all these stories you hear and you hear people going, it was the most amazing. I just knew then and there that I wanted to kill the world for this child. And I didn't have that. Like, I was in action mode.
Yeah.
I was just purely locked in, like, as if the house was burning down and what's the best way to fucking... But, not in a freak out...
I can imagine you making a brisket for him as soon as he was born.
But it wasn't, like... Not to say that I wasn't fucking mad about the lad, but it was pure, what do we need to do now to make sure this all runs fucking right?
I got you.
And now that's starting to soften out.
Yeah.
Now he's making facial expressions and stuff. You're going, fuck, I'm mad about this little fella.
Yeah, I got you.
Oh, right, now he isn't going to burst into flames.
Is it made you more motivated for work or more or less motivated? Because
I think I was a hungry cunt anyway.
Yeah.
But definitely there's an excuse now, a justifiable excuse where if I'm out the fucking door again, it's like, oh yeah. Now, in fairness, herself was always work your whole off.
Right.
Don't ever feel you need to ask me for permission to fucking work your whole off.
That's
unbelievable, like.
Yeah.
And work out what you want to do. Don't be doing shit you don't want to do, like.
That's great. That's
unbelievable.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing if it wasn't for a good woman, like. But now there's a young fella, I'm like, right. Now, if I was tipping along in fucking fifth gear, we better find the sixth and seventh.
That's a great mentality to have.
It's unbelievable. Yeah. It is, and it doesn't feel like I don't feel under pressure from it. I just feel
empowered almost. I suppose.
That's my little. That's my little jump valve. Like that's my little turbo. I go cruising. I can't wait till he's old enough that myself and himself can cruise around the town together.
That's brilliant.
Do you know what? Rather than you being fucking late for your ad today and all the rest of it, let's continue this tomorrow.
Would love to, Tom. I'm actually really enjoying this conversation. So yeah.
I do. Yeah. Beautiful. How did you get on yesterday with the ad?
Oh yeah, very good. That was fun. Same old crack as usual. Just like shy talking for a few hours and then in and out job.
Nice. And are you back in the art space today?
I am back. Well, no, I actually fucking left my keys in the gaff, so I'm walking back to the house now to get them. So I've got to call the missus to let me in, and then I'll to that A4 sound and do a bit of work.
I'd be disappointed, like if it was running really smoothly this morning. Do you know that kind of way, like?
It's just one of those days where like I keep forgetting shit. My revolt card is at home. I had to transfer shit over from the phone. 2 bank accounts. My phone was just about to die. It's one of those friggin' days.
Yeah, I'm after getting in 2 rows already this morning.
Oh, Christ, with who?
This fucking absolute leper down in the fucking Tesco's, and then this other fucking absolute bollocks at the gate who kept on buzzing. He got himself locked inside basically our house, our fucking just inside our property, like, or whatever. And he gave out to me for not being able to get out, and he was reading the electricity meter. I'm like, lad, fuck off with yourself, like. So yeah.
The thing is, they seem to be drawn to them when you're having a bad day. There's an awful lot of dickheads out there that fucking just seem to get in your way. They walk in front of you or whatever. But I find if it goes over a certain threshold, like if you have like 10 arguments, then it's probably you that's like.
I love that you wait till 10. Yeah, fuck it now.
If I have 9 arguments, it's like fuck them cunts.
Oh, yeah. No, absolutely. But it's like, yeah, I mean, we were only just saying yesterday, like, about the, living in the country and living in the city, like, which one keeps you calmer, like. But clearly, you can still get into fucking rows out the country, as I fucking found out.
Definitely. And they sort of build up more in the countryside because you get more time to think about it. You're like, that fucking cunt. That kid. Whereas in the city, you're just exploding the whole time.
Yeah, so it's more of a carpet bomb, where it's just nuclear when you're fucking out the country. Right, yeah.
Yeah, it's a bigger explosion in the countryside,
We were talking yesterday about, we briefly got into the likes of Hardy Bucks, and then because your online presence is just unbelievable. Out of all of the lads that came out of the Hardy Bucks, what was you were just drawn to? Basically, your online presence is shit hot. Like, you're continuously pumping out savage content. Like, I know the likes of the Viper, I suppose, a bit, but not on your scale at all.
Yeah, well, the thing, I think Instagram suits me because it's like quick and fast, a bit like my sex life. You can just lob stuff up there. You just have to take an awful lot of background work. So where Viper excels is the longer form production and stuff. So no, when it comes to Instagram, the reason why I kind of kept on that and Facebook is because with Hardy Bucks, it was more controlled by RT, and they were sort of telling us when we were going to shoot. We had to sort of develop scripts, and it was a lot slower, and there was no contact with the public. So I just thought if I keep with the Instagram stuff and Facebook, at least then I can get stuff out there directly, and we can, I can have a direct conversation with whoever is watching.
Yeah, because I think that style appeals to me, because a lot of the time, when stuff is heavily produced and it's heavily thought out, a lot of the time it's fucking lost on the general public, like, isn't it? Because you didn't even you missed that really funny bit, like, whereas if you can just bang it out top of your head kind of humour, if you're genuinely funny, people pick up on it straight away, like, without having to fucking think too much about it, like.
Exactly, 100%, yeah, and it's a quicker way to get shit out there. Sometimes, as you said, when stuff is overproduced, it sort of looks a bit forced in, so there's definitely a nice middle ground between the two, and that's the kind of middle ground I'd like to get to, where it's a bit longer form, sketches are like a bit longer, maybe like a comedy, like a sketch show or a chat show. That's what I'd like to do. Do you know what I think we should sit down and talk about? We should talk about, because let's see things, the way podcasts are exploding, obviously, as it is. Yeah. What I noticed, and a friend of mine is after starting, was it's a podcast, but what it is, it's a sketch show podcast, but it's for kids. It's kids comedy. It is exploding. He's living in LA right now, like, but it is exploding because people are still listening to it in the same format. Yeah. But it's because it's in the car and kids are in the car with you and stuff. It makes perfect sense. Everybody's fucking traveling. You know what I mean? You're never at home. Like, everybody's traveling. So that could be another avenue that you could fucking, purely in the because you can introduce anything you want. We can both, you could be in space. You go, so I'm in space right now, because it's audio. I suppose that never even crossed my mind to think that actually, you could do sketches with podcasts, because I just thought it was mostly just chatting, and I was actually trying to set up a podcast myself, but I never got around to it just yet, so that's definitely something I'll keep in mind.
Well, this is the thing, like, I've thought about doing sketches and stuff like that, and I have no graw I haven't found the character yet that I've absolutely fucking love. The kind of way, like, I've Bernard Casey coming on there in a couple of weeks. He has the local gossip. Do you remember? He's the lad with the milky teeth. He's playing the Kerry uncle and the Kerry.
I lost you there for 1 second. I was walking. I don't know what happened. The connection. Yeah.
Like, I mean, he has absolute love for that character. Like, you know what I mean? And I was just thinking, man, I don't have, because I was in with Julie J and Emma Doran, and the girls, they're always doing kind of online stuff. But they were saying the same thing. They haven't found a character yet that they could absolutely. It's not a job. You know what I mean? Like, you as Owen Colgan Fitness. You know what I mean? Throwing jabs and all the rest of it. Like, that's not a job to you. You look like you're really enjoying playing that bloke. Like.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but I feel like I can get a lot of humour from that. But could you not get humour from, like, sort of the maybe like what would you call it? Like, those American guys, the preppers. Yeah,
I suppose, but it's kind of fucking been done to death, isn't it? I've no love for that either. Like, even when I did Damo and Ivor, like, it was grand, but it was just purely a piss take, like that. In my head, I wasn't going, this is exactly what I want to fucking do. I'm sure. But could be another way. It could be doing sketches, audio sketches. I'll send you on one. There's an incredible one. It's this comedian doing it. It's an audio sketch from years ago, and basically he's pretending to be a radio host that's washed up, and got fucked out of the BBC, and he's on some shitty radio Saturday morning doing kids radio, but he hates kids. So he just gets drunk the whole way through the fucking sketch as he's talking about Noddy coming down the stairs. And Noddy pours himself a cup of tea, and it's fucking gin. And then Noddy even pours himself some toast. And then, but he just ends up in a big fucking row with Big Ears by the end of it. And it's one of the most incredibly funny things, purely because it makes your imagination think about it, like, rather than visual, you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course, yeah. The podcast is a great one to do, even if it's sketches or just chatting. Because it's like, it's just nice for commutes to listen to people having conversations that are cozy, you know? Even the podcast now.
Nearly since 2000, like, this is episode 126. And...
Wow. You have the format down to a T. Do you prefer the podcasting to the stand-up? Or?
No, one does lend to the other. Like, you know what I mean? They're completely two different fucking animals altogether. Like, there is definitely a coziness to podcast because I love chatting. I'm an awful fucking blabbermouth, like so. But then on stage, then it's not a war, but I love a good scrap. Like, do you remember the night? Do you remember some of the places we've done? Do you remember the night we did? We were over in Jobstown.
Oh, I still have nightmares. At the time, I hear Jobstown on the news. I flashback of that gig, and I'm like, my fucking heart. That was one of my first gigs ever, and I remember thinking, like, the crowd were lovely. It was actually all a big fight in my own mind. But the amount of times I nearly ran out of that gig and beckoned legs at the town.
That's why, like, there was no question. We didn't know each other at the time, but I figured I have to drive this man back in because you look so dejected. You know what I mean? You look not dejected. You just dazed, like you'd gotten a couple of slaps or something. So I got to drop this lad back in because I can't let him out.
I got like surprise bummed by someone. Tom, like the boxer coming out of the ring and getting knocked out, but not that it was like, you know, fucking like, cause I think they were laughing, but they were.
Oh, they were, yeah.
Out of sympathy.
But you were like, I think you took a lot worse than it was. That's why I drove you back in. Plus, you know, as you said, you felt surprised, bummed, but and that's why I brought you in, huh? Hopefully, a bit vulnerable. But and have you been doing much stand up? Are you back again? Like you have your own tour, or should I say, on the road again? Like.
Yeah, it's just I've been back out the tours, Tom. Even though, like, you know, I pretty much kept. I kind of stopped for a while. Not after Jobstown. I did a few more, then I kind of stopped, and I was like, do I want to be going up on stage chatting? And then I thought to myself, if anything, it scares me and it makes me more confident. So I started doing the gigs again, and then I started working with NPI. And because of the Instagram that got big, people started coming to my gigs. So it was like a easier transition than probably having to go from 5 minutes to 10 minutes to 20 minutes and cut your teeth in front of people that don't know you. So the crowd were definitely helping me along the way.
Oh, they're on side with you, right? Yeah.
On side, and then I could say something like, talk about jambons or crows, and they already kind of know my
They already know my... Tom, you know me and my fucking stance on jambons, like.
You know me, yeah, well the thing is, I'm trying to change it up because anytime I go to a deli, Tom, some lads walk in, they're like,
I was going to get around to that question. What's it like for you going into fucking delis? It must be a fucking nightmare.
Oh, it's kind of embarrassing because I feel like they must think I'm in character all the time. Because in my character life, I love jambons, and in my real life, I love jambons.
That never cross over. Never cross over.
Never mix art with real life. I have to whisper to the woman by encounter, like, give us a couple of jambons there. It's almost like I'm doing some dodgy dealing. I don't want people to think I'm actually buying jambons, so it's out now anyway.
I was in Musgraves a couple of weeks ago, and they had a big, massive fucking box of frozen jambons that you could buy, and I was so tempted to just go, fuck. They were like €80 or something. I was like, it'd nearly be worth the fucking joke just to fucking drop him at Owen's door someday and just ring and run away and then film him coming out and just seeing the happiness on your face as you look at 500 jambons frozen in a box, like.
Right. All my Christmases are rolled into one, Tom, yeah. I might have nightmares, I'm not quite sure, but yeah, I know that you can get them in bulk now. You can get them in bulk.
I'm amazed that you haven't. Somebody hasn't hit you up, like, you know, some jambon company. Like, who the fuck makes jambons?
I think it was McBride's or someone. They sent me out loads of jambons before, so for the first few days, I said to my girlfriend, like, yeah, nice, we got free food. By day 15, me and my girlfriend couldn't even look at each other.
You're
I get jambon.
couldn't even look at each other.
Because we were thinking of jambon for two of us, and there were crumbs everywhere in the house. So it was a bad time for me, Tom.
Is that when the crows were introduced to clean up the crumbs?
Exactly, yeah, come in to nibble on the crumbs as well, yeah. So I think that when on my gravestone it'll say something about crows and jambons.
I'd be fucking because that's the thing, you wonder, like, at your funeral, you know, what are they going to say, like, or what, you know, who's going to come to your funeral and all the rest of it, like, but definitely, if jambons and crows didn't come up at your funeral, like, and jabs.
That's the up, yeah, I want the priest to be shadowboxing. And I'm fucking at the back of the pub, I want people to be handing around jambons and talk. I want a crow in there somewhere as well.
Everybody wearing UFC hats as well.
And the priest wearing a fucking tap-out top.
We all wear military jackets as well, just to fucking...
Just throw a spanner in the works. No, it's all good crack. I loved it. I actually started off just talking about crows for the crack, and then people started sending me pictures of crows and different things that crows do. But now it's got to a point where actually I'm very intrigued by them. So I'm always watching them. I'm always reading up about them.
To be fair to crows, though, they are motherfucking bastards. When you do look into it, they're sharper than your average dog. The cunts, like, they're unbelievable fuckers. But they're like they terrorise the poor bastard here, like the fucking crows. They dive bomb the poor old dog, like. And sure, of course, the dog is only 2 foot off the ground, like, so she's never going to catch one, like. But
yeah, they can be bullies enough if you let them off.
I love the notion that if you let him off with it, as if, like, you know, you have them all in line, like you're the crow master, like nobody fucks with.
I was thinking about yesterday. I was trying to figure out who the crow master of Ireland would be, and I was thinking it could be Inya. I was funny feeling she could talk to crows, and I don't know why, but that'd be a funny idea. She could speak to the birds.
That immediately rang resonance with me there now. That absolutely makes sense. Like, if you'd said anybody, like if you'd said Chris de Burgh or something, I wouldn't like, nah, he, like, if anything, he talks to maybe badgers or something, but Enya, for sure, like.
Yeah, definitely. He's probably got crows cruising around the house, going into some songs for her.
But that's the beauty of it. Like, there's no limits on, like, once you set your stall out as being, you know, like, silliness, ironically silly, there's no limits. Like, it's so fucking liberating. Like, you can look at crows and go, that's my next fucking thing, because them yokes are just driving me fucking bananas, and I have plenty to say on them. Like, isn't it?
Exactly, Tom. Exactly. And in a way, it's kind of it makes it easier for me, because I can talk about, like, as you said, crows or Enya or Samantha Mumba, and, like, I can put it into a surreal story, and people sort of have to, not that they have to go along with it, but it doesn't seem out of place if I'm already a kind of weird character.
That's it. Like, people would be disappointed if you weren't doing shit like that.
Anytime I mention anything to do with politics or Brexit online, people are like, I can see a few comments coming through going, stick to the Samantha Mumba joke. I'm sort of like, me toying, but you know what? Give the people what they want.
That's exactly it. Like, I mean, I've started to find.
Do you go down the politics path?
No, there's no point. People expect shouting and roaring from me in the way of, like, they just expect shouting and roaring about fucking diesel and, you know, fucking heavy handshakes, knocking fellas out and stuff like that. That's what people expect from me, like, you know. So as soon as I go into fucking politics, like, but I will only I'll speak about it by my very uneducated views on it too. But I'll point out that, by the way, you're about to hear something for a very not smart man, like, so.
I got you. Yeah, but the thing is, you can cloak a lot of things in playing the fool, and then, you know, you can have a very serious message. Like, even if you're talking about diesel, you could get in a lot of stuff there. Like, you could even go as far as talking about the Amazon, but, like, kind of mask it in a way where it's kind of like you're just some lad ranting and raving, kind of like the Bill Burr style, you know.
But that's it. Like, I've one at the minute now, and it's shaping up nicely as to it's I don't know, the title of it is a working title, but it's basically themed around not all animals are sound. Basically, I'm going through all the dickhead animals, and it's kind of a metaphor, if you know what I mean. A really sharp tech will find it as a metaphor, like, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But it's I don't care if you do or you don't, because it's silly all on the surface. And basically it's me and Badgers basically are going to be the last things when the apocalypse fucking hits. It's just going to be me and the Badgers. Be alright, wouldn't it? Fuck it. You'd listen to one episode anyway.
That's great, man. Yeah, that sounds very good. I've only discovered with stand-up, it's one of those things where like it takes a long time to put a little segment or a piece together. Like you have to keep cracking on.
Here, listen. The second you think a yoke is in good shape, all of a sudden you look back on it a year later and go, "What the fuck was I thinking? Jesus Christ!" I mean, even now, like lads come to me, you know, with maybe their first or second set, and they're thinking, you know, like they send me a typed out or whatever, and you're going, lad, you've about fucking an hour's worth of material crammed into that 5 minutes. You're leaving loads of meat on the bone there. That's like taking one bite out of the chicken wing and fucking away the rest of it. Like, there's a load of fucking humour in that, like, you know. But I'm only...
You're saying what, people are writing it, or they're just, they're padding it out too much?
No, well, it's either one way or the other. It's either complete and utter shite and it's full of ums and ahs and fucking... So you know what it means, you know, or... They've packed, like a lad sent me his stuff the other night. He's got a 5-minute set coming up, and he's a musician, like, and he really wants to try stand up. And he wrote this thing. Now it's very British in that it's very fucking nice and passive and apologetic the whole way through it. And I was like, fuck all that apology. People don't want to be apologized to. People want to be fucking made funny, and they want to be comfortable in the fact that you're going to make them fucking funny. But I just picked one segment out of it, and I went, Jesus Christ, that alone, you've left so much meat on the bone there. It's about basically, you know, it was a wanking story, basically. Do you know?
Yeah.
We can all relate. I knew you'd love that fucking bit. You're like, yeah, I'm in. All the rest of it, Tom, I'm in. But there was so much meat. But there was so much, pardon the pun, but there was a lot of meat left on the bone when it came to this. I was like... Not at all. But he wasn't even extrapolating like the humour that was in certain sentences. He was using sentences to get to where he thought there'd be humour. I'm like, no, you passed all the humour by on that road there. Fucking slow down, lad. Slow down. Do you know? But it's only 10 years in, I realise that now. You know, it's like, oh, right.
And it's almost like you can get so much advice from here and there, but yeah, for me personally, I've had to go on stage and actually be like, that's what he meant by this, you know, that kind of way.
Oh, absolutely. I'm in the middle of fucking doing this play at the minute, like, and I just spent 5 weeks locked in a room with another man, basically just rehearsing, you know. And everything he was telling me, and I was trying to relate it to the stand-up world, and I was kind of going, I don't know, you're right there, like, you know, but I was going with it because he'd done a ton of stuff, like, you know, I mean, the guy's a fucking guru when it comes to this shit, like, but the next thing I get out on stage, and on night one, it was like, oh, right, this isn't like stand-up at all.
Why, the cadence is different, is it the speed of it? Or?
Completely. Like, I put far too much of a pace on the first night. Like, I really did. Like, but it was just trying to remember words. So you're recalling entire fucking 45 pages of dialogue. Like, so you're...
An epic endeavour, yeah.
Yeah, it's the hardest thing I've ever done. By a fucking long shot.
I can imagine, yeah. But, geez, man, the fact that you've actually done it now, I'm sure there'll be some skills that you'll get that'll pour into the stand-up now.
Well, that's what I'm thinking, like, you know, and like you were saying, you know, it isn't until a fella, like, you can be told all day what to be doing, like, but it isn't until you give it a fucking crack, and you go, oh, right, I'm with you. I'm fucking with you.
Yeah. And it's a good rule for life too, I find that no matter what you're doing, just accept that the first like third of the stuff you're doing is going to be shite, you know? Like just making videos or even doing the shopping, you know, you're going to fucking end up buying shit you don't need. So keep doing stuff, keep getting out there on the stage and stuff like that, or whatever it may be, podcasts, and realize that the first 10 or 20 are going to be shit, and then as long as you get through that threshold, you know, you'll hit a nice plateau or something.
Well, I think sometimes people get upset nearly because they think they have to be straight fresh out of the box, like, because online would tell you that everybody is fucking amazing. You know what I mean? If you were to believe, you know, everything is amazing all the fucking time, and everybody's throwing 2 fingers up to keep it 100. You know what I mean? Like, you're like, no.
I might get away with so much, like, my life is great and all this kind of stuff, but like, I find, for me personally, I find it a lot easier to be funny on the internet because, you know, you can look at something in a picture or whatever, and you can think about 10 different ways to say it, and then you can put up whatever way you find funniest. But with stage stuff, you know, you only get one go at saying whatever you're going to say, and then how you feel in that moment, and it's a lot of different variables that play into it. So I think stand-up is one of the hardest things I've ever done, but you know, you also learn a lot from it, so that's great.
Are you on a swing?
I'm on a swing. No, there's a seagull
Is it? I heard this. I was genuinely going, that's class. Owen is on a swing and all that. How relaxed is this man? Like, you know what I mean? He's just, but it's a fucking, see that Dublin and their fucking seagulls. And their seagulls are so huge. They're as big as fucking hens, the cunts.
They're getting bigger, Tom. They're on the cocaine as well, and they're getting bigger.
Who isn't on the fucking cocaine these days? Holy shit.
Oh, yeah. They want to lock up a couple of those seagulls just to sort of make a name for themselves because they're getting a bit too aggressive themselves and the pigeons there.
But there's abs, of course, they're facing abs. They're like lads that went to Eton or something. They face no recourse for their actions whatsoever. Like
exactly, yeah. They need to sort of government need to make a statement.
Well, it's white collar crime is what it really is. You know what I mean? Because it's just like these, you know, Shawnee Fitzpatrick and all these guys can rock up and fucking same as these seagulls. You know, they can do whatever the fuck they like and with total impunity because they can fly away. You know.
Yeah, they can be fucked. They're out robbing the whole time, chips and ice creams and different things.
Stole somebody's chihuahua the other day, Owen. For fuck's sake. Did you hear about that?
No.
Fucking seagull took a woman's fucking chihuahua.
Poor chihuahua. Where is he now?
Fuck it, I don't know. I suppose he's in England or something trying to make his way back. I don't know. I don't know. The poor cunt of a chihuahua was...
With Brexit as well, and fucking you have to get a license down for that.
She's probably not even chipped or nothing, sure. How's he even going to, like, you know, without his fucking dog passport, like, how's he even going to get home? He's no pockets, he can't keep money or nothing, like.
And they'll have to send over, I don't know what they'll do. They'll have to send over Jerry Adams on a boat.
Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that just beautiful how fucking random? Honestly, I'm looking at your time because I know you got to wrap up again, but I'm just going, we could have talked for the next, because that was nearly a toe-to-toe to see how far we could push the fucking seagull fucking agenda.
Well, Tom, I would love to chat more. We'll have to do another one very soon again, like a proper hour and a half or something like that. Sit down.
What we'll do is we'll dedicate it all to stupid fucking shit, and we'll see can we just keep up stupid shite, no actual serious talk at all for a full hour and a half, and it'll be a test. We'll drink loads of fucking strong coffee.
I'd love that, yeah. You know what we could do? We could get people to send in questions about what's going on in the world, and we just answer them as we go.
Oh, fucking brilliant. Well, you've a huge online presence, so what we'll do is we'll tee up a fucking date, maybe next month or whatever, and both of us will put it out, but you'll probably get all the fucking brilliant questions, and what we'll do is we'll just talk ad nauseum at stupid fucking levels of stupid shite.
Just like sculling coffee every 10 minutes.
Yeah, we'll see can we get sponsored by fucking Joe Rogan's fucking caveman coffee.
Yeah, I know the one, yeah. But no, I'm up for that 100%, Tom. I'm sorry I have to head off again now. I'm actually going into TK Maxx to get a winter jacket. You know, it's got the old fucking, the Oxter is caved in.
Oh, say no more. Right, I'll talk to you in the next couple of weeks, and we'll come up with a fucking proper plan. Have you any more dates coming up in the next few weeks? Because I know you were over in Sligo recently, weren't you?
I was in Sligo and Limerick, great spots, and now my next gig is in Galway for the Vodafone Comedy Festival. 24th and 25th, I think, but there's definitely posters up around for that. But yeah, I'm kind of on a bill with other people, so I think it's like 20 minutes set each time. But
Beautiful. I'll be over there myself, and I'll.
We'll chat more about the podcast in time. We can definitely.
Well, you know, I'll bring some of my you know, I've a lot of propaganda on fucking, you know, birds of prey and fucking different types of fucking seabirds and stuff like that. Also, you know, I do have a jambons card as well, so, you know, just saying.
Oh, brilliant. Sounds good, Tom.
All right, mind yourself, Owen.
Right, Tom, take care.
Cheers, good luck. Thanks very much, Owen. That's class, isn't he? He's just class. I can't wait to get into what we were talking about. It's going to be fucking savage. So follow him up anywhere he's going. If you're going to Galway that weekend, go look at him. I'll be there as well. Briefly, he'll be there. You won't go fucking wrong. He's a funny bastard. Follow him, Owen Colgan Fitness, on Instagram, and you can pretty much find him on anything else you want. Subscribe. Hit subscribe to this if you haven't, and give it a rating. If you're listening on Apple, give it a rating. And by rating, I mean just give it 5 stars. If you don't want to give it 5 stars, don't give it anything at all. Share it out. Post it on your own fucking timeline. Throw it up there. Take screen grabs. Send it to me. Follow me on any social platform at Tom O'Mahony Comedy. Or if Chatty snaps your thing, feel free to send it over to Tom Bear O'Mahony. I will reply if I get a chance. Absolutely. But if you send me like pictures and stuff of your food, no nudity. Just the food you cooked in the way of barbecuing. I don't give a fuck what you've done in a curry and stuff like that. Just, you know, from the barbecue tips, send it on to me. Right. Enjoy the rest of the week, gang. And I'll talk to you again on Tuesday.